Dr. Mahrang Baloch was mysteriously sentenced by what they call a secret trial to life imprisonment. Greta Thunberg is right. This fiasco that just keeps getting more eccentric every day is an international cartel. If you look up pictures of seances, you'll find very dark images in the web are available from MS. I use them to describe what I call the Swami Nostra. This is an occult, influential, international syndicate that is at odds with the human rights movement, seeing human beings as things with utility value to put on shows with and announce their agency for them and how they can be used as symbols. This is a fourth dimensional chessboard of sorts, with one invisible hand playing both sides to manipulate sympathies. In terms of particulars, she was accused of inciting a mob that killed a police officer. This would be analogous to putting the WHO in prison for life because of the stampede that trampled four of their fans. Or even worse, since Dr. Mahrang is known to be leading a victimized, marginalized people through nonviolent protest. It would serve the purposes of a cheap thrills assassination for her enemies to kill a police officer and get her blamed. But having known Twisted Ankle Louie and his supernatural bent, I'd be just as inclined to believe that they're trying to blame someone far removed from the entire scenario for something ludicrous, a similitude propaganda stunt. There was an old story that the Germans had developed a mysterious bell when they were like the Israelis are today. Weird, cruel, diabolical, and supposedly just another set of humans. The bell is a mentality, so to speak. It sees people as things to use, to interpret as they see fit. The same day that the news came down through the system of Dr. Baloch's absurd sentence, some individuals mixed up in carrying a gun to a protest in Texas, killing a police officer, which is an outrageous crime, being named as terrorists and tarred as Middle Eastern or something, when they're all from Texas, I understand. would assume, since I didn't read it very closely. But the pattern is twice removed from the protest rally where a police officer was killed. In a world where hundreds of children can be bombed after being targeted deliberately, and a deaf poet arrested by liars claiming he was targeting people he doesn't even know for protesting the murder of a girl, by becoming very angry and upset. This industry of warrior improvisation, this guerrilla theater craftiness, comes down the highway, a mindset that claims it catharsis. Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, logo rapine, the telling tall tales, and daring you to sound the horn, to fact check, to use logical processes. Obviously, it's cruel to the imagination to be told that there are no patterns to see there. Media took its current form in the shape of a theory when it dawned in a counterfeiting den called Fayum, synthesized by the Hollywood studio moguls, and then very young incoming great dictators. Their manifesto was called Italian Futurism, and they collected movie directors like Cecil B. DeMille, who was put in charge of Radio Free Europe by the Dulles brothers, for a wilding spree that they thought was unimaginably perfect for their aims. They found it in the New Testament, the book of Revelations. They found hucksters like Mike Huckabee to pretend that it was all sincere. And they are on their wilding spree, playing games and costing some of the most priceless philosophical identities in the international situation. Their lives, their dignity, their hopes, their spirits, their dreams, their health, their futures, in an attack on their meaning. Where does this indecency originate? Surely you don't think it originates in ordinary people. The idea is disturbingly crafty. It imparts the power of loosely construed association and gloat to international influence, like a soccer match between teams, as though to prevail in illusion spinning for insidious ends. It's victory in a game a trophy hunt.